Yeah, hello, welcome to Screwball Cinema. This is Nick. Today I'm watching Cast a Deadly Spell from 1991. So this movie was made for HBO in the 90s. Like it's still technically a movie, but it like released on TV and like had like a short VHS release. But yeah. So the movie stars Fred Ward as Detective Lovecraft, who's like a private investigator, and there's Clancy Brown, who's most famous for playing Mr. Krabs in SpongeBob. He plays the villain in the movie. And Julianne Moore from The Big Lebowski. She later on would be in The Big Lebowski. This is one of her earlier roles. She's fucking hot in this movie too. Yeah, so the film takes place. It's like a neo noir, like '90s film noir meets like Lovecraft, like H.P. Lovecraft's like cosmic horror and like occult magic. But yeah, it starts off in like the 40s, and there's there's like a witch doctor, like fucking Zulu witch. She's like doing some like reading with a pendulum, and she senses like some evil that's coming. And then Fred Ward comes in as Detective H.P. Lovecraft. He's like if he's like a cool like version of H.P. Lovecraft. If like H.P. Lovecraft wasn't like a weird fucking virgin, I don't know, incel.
Sorry, Angel, but I don't play the sap for anybody. Bad for business.
Hey, Lovecraft, too bad you lose knot in your fee. With a client like this, maybe you already collected. Up front, if you know what I mean.
Get up, Grimaldi. People think you've never been socked by a dame before.
Evening, Lieutenant.
What's this?
It's the murder weapon. Well, Bradbury, at least you found a nice, clean way to bump him off.
Time was you had to look a man in the eye before you could kill him. You owed him that.
Yeah, now with American little know-how, he can do it by tying 6 knots in a piece of string. Ain't modern living grand.
Magic. Gives me the shakes which you can buy in this town.
Well, they said it'd make things easier.
And it has.
Lots of things. How is it?
Bad.
It's always bad.
There's bad and there's bad. Something's coming, something ugly. And it's guys like me gotta clean up the mess. Now I don't have to worry about Phil, so do us both a favor. Watch your bank.
Thanks.
Man, I miss like fucking gritty dialogue and shit. Like I don't know, hard boiled detective cop shit is like a dying breed. I really hope that this kind of screenwriting isn't something that's like lost upon time after like the last 10 years of like sanitized fucking bullshit. But yeah, he's like a detective that he doesn't use magic himself. H.P. Lovecraft in the movie, but he like investigates it and he like goes after people that. And then Julianne Moore plays H.P. Lovecraft's ex girlfriend Connie, and like she's like a total like money grabbing fucking gold digging bitch, and she like leaves Fred Ward so she can like fuck the voice actor for Mr. Krabs, Clancy Brown, and Clancy Brown's like fucking Henry Ford type, like I don't know. It reminds me of like Indiana Jones, like the beginning of like Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom, where they're like in that like fucking Obi-Wan Kenobi club. But yeah, that shit's like I don't know. This shit's like considered like bad now, and I'm like, nah, this shit's fucking timeless, dude.
Okay, I understand you're in a hurry, but I thought you'd want to get paid for this job.
Oh, yeah. Sure, Mr. Borden. I'd really like to stay for that drink, but, you've got to understand my position.
Oh, I understand. Just fine. Good night, Mickey.
I think I'll take some air.
I always love seeing the like voice actors for childhood characters that I grew up with. They like for some reason fucking Clancy Brown, he always voices like adult characters. So like in Detroit Become Human, he like starts like cussing at the fucking main character. Like it's so awesome. But yeah, he like goes after the Necronomicon from H.P. Lovecraft lore. He was given a fake, and there's like this like dude in drag who like is in it's like in the 40s, so it was like super fucking frowned upon, but he's like in this like gay relationship with this dude named Mickey, and they meet at a train station, and like Clancy Brown's like fucking goons, like they're like possessed by like Lovecraftian magic. They're like basically considered like mafia henchmen, but they like track him down like mafia style. And like there's this like big black dude who has like these like glowing blue eyes. It's so like cool like character design. Like I fucking love that. And then Clancy Brown's like right hand man, like like wears this like bowler hat, like white suit, looks like a like B tier fucking Batman villain, but he like does this like sick magic trick where he like gets water and like it turns it into steam and basically like blows this dude's fucking ass off the toilet and then proceeds to like cut him up with like a bunch of different like little pieces of paper. It's just like that perfect incarnation of like campy and cheesy, but also like bloody and violent, like from that era of like I don't know what you call like full moon pictures, like fucking Lovecraftian type movies. One thing I liked is how he like weighs himself on one of those like old school fucking like weight things from the mall bathroom. Yeah, and then he gets assigned to some like weird job where there's like it's like rich mansion where the daughter's like riding this horse like with like bows and it's just shooting fucking bow and arrows at randomly on their property. He pulls up and it's like this like creepy ass Scooby Doo style mansion and like the statue of the gargoyles like a dude in a fucking kaiju costume. Like I love the level of detail they went into in this movie. To like capture like the weirdness of like a Lovecraftian story, how like the setting is like part of the fucking horror too. Yeah, and they're called the Hackshaws. Like, and the dad's name is Amos Hackshaw, and he meets H.P. Lovecraft, and they in this like office where there's like the collections of books on the shelves, like in the sequenced order, and he's like wearing like a like fucking Tommy Hilfiger like sportsman's fucking coat with his like insignia and shit in it, and like they're like they have this like 1960s like James Bond like Sean Connery style fucking conversation over drinks, like just two men just like chatting it out, and yeah, he like gets all sketched out about his daughter or some shit, so like he asks him to like spy on her basically, and she's like just reckless 16-year-old.
Mary, 100 will do. Probably spend more than that on goldfish for your squid.
It is not a squid.
Take the rest of the afternoon, Jeeves. I can find my own way out.
Now for your drink, Mr. Lovecraft. I looked at the registration on the steering column of your car. Brandy.
No, it's a little early for me.
That's quite a tie.
And she starts like fucking with him, and he's like, I'm not your babysitter. I'm too old for this fucking bullshit. And she like starts trying to like fuck with him, and then he's like, he just says like the most like unappalling, like just unappealing shit too. He's like, I gotta get my fucking teeth cleaned later. It's so awesome. And I love how chaos magic is normalized so much that it'll literally start raining blood, and they just like treat it like it's any other day.
What makes you say that?
Well, only virgins can catch unicorns, isn't that right? Just what I thought. And the radio said it's going to be clear all day.
And one of the best parts of this movie is the special effects, hands down. Like, I love movies like this where it's like in the 90s period where CGI was just coming out, but it was still like recent enough where they could use practical effects too and it like not look like complete shit. And then it's followed by the obligatory like nightclub scene in a noir film where they have like the Frank Sinatra big band ripoff, and they're all sitting behind individually marked like instrumental stands, and like fucking H.P. Lovecraft is such a masochist in this movie where he comes to just like drink and like watch his like bitch ex-wife like sing in a nightclub like Roger Rabbit style.
Miss Connie Stone.
Yeah, I can't play the music because I'll get a fucking copyright strike. But yeah, no, she's like hot as hell in this movie too. And this is like 6 years before The Big Lebowski. And like, it's weird because like I've always pictured her from like The Big Lebowski where she has like this like weird fucking art school woman energy. But like in reality, like I don't know. She plays like a femme fatale pretty well. I mean, at the end, she does get pretty like fucking verbal, but like for the most part, she's like reminds me a lot of like Sean Young from Blade Runner.
Yes, sir.
Suppose somewhere along the line I changed my drinking habits.
I'd ordered you a sour anyway. Just to watch you eat the fruit.
Sweet old Phil, subtle as a flagpole. You still cleaning other people's dirty laundry?
No, I'm a private eye now. You still a Borden?
Was that a question?
Not really.
Yeah, I don't understand how like this is considered like a fucking quote unquote like niche or like bad movie because like this dialogue is like fucking light years ahead of like anything that's released in the last like I don't know like 15 years. But yeah, this shit fucking I don't know. I think we took like good ass movies for granted back in the day for sure.
Anybody running around here by the name of Mickey?
Mickey who?
Someone put up an office building behind me.
Harry wants to see you.
Harry wants to see me.
Harry wants to see you now.
Johnny, we shook hands.
Show me a piece of paper.
And the dialogue is like fucking hilarious too at certain points in this movie as well. I like how Clancy Brown like he does this like good job of making it like an intimidating impression. Like you think he's gonna like go shake this guy's hand and he like fucking straight up chokes this dude.
You go sign your record deal now, chump. Been a long time, partner.
You're in a good mood.
Hey, why shouldn't I be? Everything's cream for me these days. Strictly cream. Have a seat.
And the guy he like chokes out to like show his like power and influence in front of H.P. Lovecraft like is like a musician and he like made him like so that every time he speaks or sings it's like in a VHS reverse sound, which is like kind of cool for a minimal budget. But yeah, the aesthetics are like fucking amazing in this movie. It reminds me of like early 90s anime or like mixed with like classic noir like the private eye goes to the office at like 3 a.m. when it's dark, and I like the fucking how like in the 90s like it was like where the 60s and 70s like fucking infrastructure went to die. So like all the doors there like so fucking old too. Like I love that shit. There's this scene where he has to report at the police station for his case that he's under, and I like how it's like they have a department for like mysterious like magic related fucking cases, and like he's like winks at a girl and she like turns out to be a vampire and starts like pouring blood from her mouth, and he just like looks away. And there's like hardboiled detective. He's like doing like interrogations on like werewolves and like other creatures, and he tells them it's a full moon, so like all the magic and monsters they have their like full power abilities.
God, I hate full moons.
And then he like comes back to his office at night and he's all like sketched out with a gun, and then he comes in and like because he sees the doors open and it's his ex-wife, the girl who was like singing at the club, Connie. And it's like he's like all calm afterwards, but like I don't understand. Like I'd be like so sketched out that like would she like not have access to your like private office? So fucking weird. But yeah, then he starts to like bang her for some reason, and then like I would be like so sketched out by all the fucking red flags, and then like he like wakes up and like she's like make herself all at home and shit, like, and he's like not like in the slightest bit suspicious about it at all. She's like knitting a fucking blanket like Coraline's mom or some shit. It's so fucking sketch. And then like H.P. Lovecraft's assistant is like doing his job and like spying on that hacksaw guy's daughter, and she like since she like runs around with a bow and arrow, it just like shoots it at will. She like almost like fucking kills him, and then she like brings him to safety, and then H.P. Lovecraft's like driving through the desert, and there's this like sick scene where it's like it's not CGI at all. Like this is how much effort they went into back in the day. Like they would like straight up have a house frame fall and like almost like kill these guys just to make like a 2-second movie stunt. But this shit's like fucking impressive as fuck. Oh, and I'm pretty sure it hit that guy's head. Like that's nuts. Yeah, and I replayed this just so I could 100% confirm in slow motion. It does hit that dude in the middle in the head. It breaks. That's so crazy, dude. Like, there's no way that shit wouldn't hurt like a motherfucker. Like, I can't believe that didn't take off like a chunk of that guy's fucking forehead. He just like keeps walking, dude. Like, I can't find any like journals or any like publications on the making of this, but yeah, that dude got like slapped by a fucking wooden house frame. But yeah, this is your typical film noir mystery. Like, I don't want to spoil this for anybody, but yeah, just like go watch this movie for yourself. It's like it's a good ass movie. It's on YouTube for free as well. But yeah, this movie fucking rules.